Good morning.
Good morning.
Episode 3.
That's it.
We're rolling.
That's it.
So let's
I got a
talk
good
about
one.
attribution today. This is a fun one. It's particularly fun when you're omni-channel. This is one that I think about a lot. It comes up quite a bit. Sometimes clients dance around it. Others are more direct. It's something that we have kind of a unique view on the way we measure our business. Just coming straight out with it, it's not something that we strongly believe in. We'll go through the reasons why, but it's definitely one that is out there, and that's what we're talking about. It needs to be addressed. So we're going to dig in. Alex, give me your initial thoughts, and then I can respond from there, because I definitely have some opinions. I'm guessing they're going to be very similar to yours, but
Well, I hope
we'll
so.
let you kick it off. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, attribution. Boy, oh boy, how do I keep this brief? My initial thoughts for attribution are essentially, I think its heart was in the right direction. I think marketing professionals everywhere just got tired of the "what are you doing for me" comment and started trying to figure out, or at least deduce, the one-to-one, meaning this ad sold this product or this good. The thing is the industry that we work in, and I think just today in general, especially with large purchases, it's not linear. I think we all have accepted that many people are on many different platforms. They're touching 4 or 5 different sources simultaneously. I mean, the amount of tabs open on people's desktops, you're probably listening right now with 50 tabs open. These things are just happening. And so I think it's impossible with specific industries to deduce an ad down to something that ended up selling. In automotive specifically, and I know you're going to have some commentary on this, is it doing more of a disservice when you say, hey, this Facebook ad that we launched out ended up bringing this person in and that sold, and that's our credit? Sure, the opportunity is your credit. I think we need to change the language. The language matters on it. It's opportunity, nothing more. But the men and women who worked hard, had to do what they needed to do to get done on the trade, had to take the demo out, how to do the needs assessment, how to do the walk around, had to get it to the desk. The desk had to get the numbers back. They had to go and do a little back and forth dance. All of that. I mean, it's just doing a disservice to it. So in general, I think the heart it's in the right place. In our specific industry, I think it's the golden goose that everyone needs to stop chasing and start realizing that marketing is not linear, but it's not as complex. You just need to be in the places that everyone is, and then the rest of that will follow suit. What are your thoughts? I know it's similar.
Yeah, I mean, specifically, we're talking about multi-touch attribution if you want to get technical. But the reality of it is, there's so many things that a customer does to buy a car. It's a big purchase, and there's a lot that you don't see. And as we've talked about before with omnichannel, there's a lot that's not clickable. So attribution is going to favor what's clickable, which is typically the last link in the chain, because then you're into, like, I'm raising my hand, I want to buy, this vehicle at this price. Like, I'm looking for deals near me, which means there's demand, which, as we've seen a lot recently, and we already talked about, it's not really there for a lot of brands right now.
Right.
So attribution to me is, there's just too many things that you can't see. There's too many things that are occurring that you don't have a way to measure. So there's a lot of assumptions being made, to the point that I'm like, there's so many assumptions. Is it even valuable? Is it even valuable information? And I'll tell you, from if you take the perspective of, put yourself in the client's shoes, they have every right and deserve to know what their return is. But and I feel that, and we want to give that to them. But what I don't want to do is give them information that's not valid. And I tell you, man, I heard it multiple times recently from dealers. They hate when a vendor comes in and tries to take credit for their sales. It's a bit of a disservice to the hard work that they do. So to your point, we're about driving quality traffic that converts, that doesn't cannibalize organic, right? So it's opportunities. We don't even talk about leads. And from a dealer perspective, we know if we get them that information, if we get them quality traffic so they don't have to wade through a bunch of garbage to get through what's actually something that can convert, then we're doing our job well, and we don't need to take credit for more than that. And we can measure that. And we've also come up with other ways to put all these channels on a level playing field. So we feel pretty good about what we can, quote unquote, take credit for. But, I had one dealer tell me he had like a third party come in and take credit for, twice as many sales as he actually sold in that month. So, to an earlier post I put up, you got to know your client, and you got to be able to show return to them and create value that's based on something that's real and not some analysis that's full of assumptions. To me, it's not worth the paper that it's on.
You know,
So I agree with you. The intent is good, but the delivery stinks. And
well,
so
and
we're looking at it a different way.
I think it's actually tarnished the marketing profession. I think it's made it something transactional, and it's just not. I think everyone's chasing these things, and I think it's made us inherently lazy. And I know that's a bold position to take, but let's really think about this for a second. If I can tell you definitively that this ad sold that car, I don't need to do any additional work. I can show you that report, end of story, end of discussion. You can't come back to me and tell me that I don't know what you did with my money. What's my ROI? What's my ROAS? These terms that we hear a lot. Now, e-commerce, completely different. You're selling hair
Sure.
care, cosmetics. Sure, an ad can sell you a product. I fall for them all the time on Instagram,
Me
right?
too.
Like I got stuff in the back in the closet.
Yeah.
Like, but in the industry that we're in, and in any industry that has a large purchase and a purchase that requires some thinking, it's made us lazy.